Hey guys, it's Kyle from Raw Canine Experiment. Today's video is to ask the question, what is the best way to manage your dog's dental health, and does crunchy kibble actually clean plaque and tartar off of your dog's teeth? First, let's start with a statistic, and that is going to be 80% of dogs above the age of 2 have some form of dental disease. Obviously, this is a horrible statistic, but the question lies, how do we change this? Now, I would also like to address the latter claim first and just flat out say that crunchy kibble does not clean your dog's teeth. Kibble has no ability to clean your dog's teeth. The dentition of the dog is not exactly meant for chewing as it is, and even though dogs do chew some of their kibble, the large majority of it is just swallowed whole. Again, the dentition of your dog is meant to rip and tear chunks of meat off of bone and to effectively swallow them whole and let their very, very strong stomach acid digest the larger chunks of meat. They have a very short digestive tract, which allows them to do this. So no, again, kibble is not going to clean your dog's teeth. It is actually going to contribute to their dental disease. Now, the reason that kibble is going to contribute to your dog's dental disease is that dogs do not have salivary amylase. Now, this would be an enzyme that helps digest starches in the mouth, like humans have, so we can digest carbohydrates in our mouth. For dogs, however, when they are eating kibble and it's getting stuck in their gum line and stuck along their teeth, what's happening is it's just going to sit there. It's not really going anywhere, right? The digestive systems of the dog, again, are meant to digest proteins and fats, not carbohydrates. As we already know, and as I've said a million times before, dogs do not have any biological requirement for carbohydrates. Now, given that kibble is considered the standard feed item for dogs across the world, it is very likely that most of you watching this are going to be feeding your dog some form of dry food. Now, if you are, that is fine, but I really can't touch on enough how important it is for you to rehydrate your dog's kibble, whether that is with a high-quality bone broth or a high-quality raw goat product. You could even just use filtered water if that's what you have around. You don't have to go crazy. I prefer bone broth because my dogs like the taste of it, and obviously bone broth and goat milk both have a lot of high-quality nutrients in them, right? But if you're going to use filtered water, that is also okay for your dogs. Hydrating their kibble and making it moist, one, is going to obviously add flavor and extra nutrients to it depending on what you were putting in the kibble, but also it'll prevent it from sticking along the gum line as much as it normally would if it was dry. Again, dogs have no salivary amylase, so they need all the help they can get when it comes to digesting starchy foods in their mouths. If that just means that we have to moisten it up for them in their bowls, so be it. But again, I can't emphasize enough how important hydrating your dog's kibble actually is for them. Most kibble-fed dogs are also dehydrated, so if you're going to add something like a bone broth supplement or a goat milk supplement, both of these are extremely hydrating. And again, so is filtered water. That is fine if you were going to use that, but I would highly, highly recommend adding these to your dog's bowl. All right, so now that we are past the kibble section of the video, we have effectively debunked the myth that kibble is going to clean your dog's teeth. We have also discussed some ways that you can improve your dog's kibble to reduce their risk of dental disease. I want to discuss two more methods that I think are effective ways of reducing plaque and tartar buildup in your dog's mouth. Now, the first way that I find to be very effective is to obviously feed your dog a fresh raw food diet. This is obviously Bones & Co.'s food, and it is less than 1% carbs, so the risk of this food sticking in your dog's teeth is much lower than something like kibble. The reason being is that proteins and fats don't really stick around in your mouth in the same way that carbohydrates do. If you think about eating a handful of potato chips or a handful of a very dry cereal versus eating something like a steak, typically the potato chips or the cereal are going to stick around in your teeth and they're going to get stuck in your gums or along the gum lining rather, much more than the piece of steak is going to. Now, obviously, there are numerous other benefits to feeding your dog a raw meat-based diet like Bones & Co., but I truly believe that the dental benefit is something that is not touched on enough. Raw-fed dogs typically do not have the same dental issues as kibble-fed dogs for all of the reasons that we have discussed before. A hydrated, raw meat-based diet is just not going to stick around in your dog's mouth in the same way that a carbohydrate-stuffed kibble will. This is just a fact. Again, 80% of dogs over the age of 2 have some form of dental disease. This is a very serious statistic and something that needs to be handled appropriately. I think that switching your dog's diet to a raw meat-based diet, a species-appropriate diet, is going to make a huge difference when it comes to their dental health. Now, the final method that I use to clean my dog's teeth, and one that I believe to be the most effective other than feeding a raw meat-based diet, is going to be to feed your dog raw meaty bones. And If you don't believe me, you think this is crazy, you can read this book, Work Wonders, Feed Your Dog Raw Meaty Bones by Dr. Tom Lonsdale. He has another one called Raw Meaty Bones that you can also read. This is about a 100-page book detailing why you should be feeding your dog raw meaty bones and why he started doing it in his veterinary practice. So raw meaty bones are going to be items like, these are duck wings, these are duck feet, and we also have some turkey necks over here. So these are safe for your dog to eat, safe for your dog to digest. Again, they are raw, not cooked bones. That is a very important point here. And they are essentially non-weight-bearing bones. Dogs have no problem crushing these and digesting them. They are great for your dog's dental health. They are hard enough to scrape plaque and tartar off your dog's teeth, but again, soft enough that they will not shear a tooth or fracture one. Raw meaty bones like duck wings, which are my Labrador's personal favorite, when fed in conjunction with a raw meat-based diet, in my opinion, are the greatest way to clean your dog's teeth and the most natural way to do so. These provide a ton of nutrients that are very important for your dog's joints as well, like glucosamine, chondroitin, and collagen. The beautiful part about raw meaty bones also is that they do not have to just be fed to a raw-fed dog. This can be fed to a kibble-fed dog, and they would probably go absolutely crazy for them. Dogs love to chew and crush things down, so if you have a kibble-fed dog, on top of hydrating their food, you can also give them raw meaty bones to improve their dental health. Like I said, this will scrape plaque and tartar off of your dog's teeth. If you're giving them a couple of these a week or one a day, as long as it fits within their caloric requirements, you will absolutely start to clean up your dog's dentition. Some of you are probably wondering if this is an expensive alternative to just brushing your dog's teeth. And honestly, the answer is no. This is 2.5 pounds of duck wings that cost me $11 online. I get most of my stuff from Raw Feeding Miami. I don't work with them, but I just love what they do. They send me everything in a timely manner. Everything comes frozen, so you don't have to worry about it spoiling. And as you can see, they send you giant packages of raw meaty bones, so you really can't go wrong. All right, guys, just a quick recap. Some of the best ways to clean up your dog's dental health is going to be to put them on a raw meat-based diet, number one. But if you were still feeding some sort of dry food, hydrating it is also a great option. And then, of course, raw meaty bones, whether as a standalone option or in conjunction with a raw meat-based diet, is going to be an excellent choice all the time. Well, guys, if you stuck around, thanks for watching. You'll be able to find more of me here on Bones & Co.'s YouTube channel. You could also find me on mine over at Raw Canine Experiment or on my Instagram, where you can DM me if you have any questions regarding your dog's nutrition. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.